Welcome back to our channel, World of Coins. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, you're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're going to uncover the hidden secrets of a coin that many people might overlook, the 1974 United States $quarter. Now, you might think, a 1974 quarter. Isn't that just another common coin? Well, you might be in for a big surprise, because this coin has more value than you could ever imagine. Stick around, and by the end of this video, you'll see why this seemingly ordinary quarter could make you a small fortune. Let's begin by diving into the background of this coin. The 1974 quarter was minted during a time when the US was undergoing some significant economic and political changes. In the 1970s, the country was struggling with inflation, rising oil prices, and a number of global challenges. Yet, the quarter itself stayed a symbol of American strength and history. Struck in copper-nickel, the 1974 quarter is part of the era when the US moved away from the silver content used in earlier quarters. This was a significant shift in the nation's coinage system, marking the end of an era for US silver coins. On the front of the 1974 quarter, we see the timeless image of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. This design has been gracing US quarters since 1932, symbolizing the leadership and wisdom of the first president of the United States. On the reverse side, we have the majestic eagle, which was chosen to represent the nation's freedom, strength, and resilience. It's no wonder that the design has remained a constant in American currency for nearly a century, but here's where things start to get interesting. While most 1974 quarters are still in circulation and not considered rare, there are certain factors that could make one of these coins incredibly valuable. And it's not just about the condition, though that certainly plays a role. The key to unlocking the value of a 1974 quarter lies in its rarity, especially when it comes to specific minting errors that occurred at the time. One of the most exciting things to look for in a 1974 quarter is the double die variety. This error happens when the coin's design is struck multiple times, causing the image to appear doubled or blurred. These double die varieties are highly prized by collectors because they're rare and can turn a normal quarter into a valuable treasure. Imagine finding one of these error coins in your pocket change. If you have one of these, you're holding something that could be worth far more than face value, but it doesn't stop there. Another variation to keep an eye on is the 1974 D quarter, which was minted in Denver. While most of these coins were struck without incident, some were accidentally minted with small flaws in the die, leading to coins with unusual characteristics. Whether it's a slight misprint, an off-center strike, or other imperfections, these errors can make a 1974 D quarter worth much more than the typical quarter. As we all know, the condition of a coin is crucial to determining its value. A quarter that has been well preserved, free from scratches or wear, can be worth significantly more than a worn one. Coins that have been kept in uncirculated condition, meaning they've never been used in daily transactions, are much rarer and more valuable. If you happen to come across a 1974 quarter that's in pristine condition, you may be holding on to something that could earn you a lot of money. You may be wondering, how much could a 1974 quarter actually be worth? Well, I'm about to drop a bombshell. A 1974 United States $quarter, particularly one that's in uncirculated condition, or better yet, has a rare minting error where the double die variety, could fetch an eye-popping $57,000. Yes, you heard that right. $57,000 for just one quarter. If that doesn't get your heart racing, I don't know what will. Imagine walking around with a coin in your pocket that could change your financial future. If you've got one of these in your collection or in your pocket change, it might be time to take a closer look, because you could have something worth far more than you ever expected. Now, you might be thinking, how do I find these rare coins? The truth is, it takes some luck, a keen eye, and a bit of research. But it's worth it. Keep an eye out for any 1974 quarters that show signs of being uncirculated or ones that seem to have odd features like doubled or misaligned designs. If you think you found one, don't hesitate to get it professionally graded. That way, you can truly know its value before selling or auctioning it off. Remember, the value of a coin isn't just determined by its face value or its age. It's all about rarity, condition, and unique features that make it stand out from the rest. A coin that might seem like just another part of your pocket change could be the key to a treasure trove of wealth, just waiting to be discovered. If you found this video helpful and exciting, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for notifications so you never miss out on more coin hunting tips and hidden treasures. Thanks for watching, and remember, when it comes to rare coins, you never know what hidden gems are out there just waiting to be found. Top 2, we're diving into a coin that might not look like much at first glance, but it holds a secret that could make it worth a small fortune, the 1979 United States quarter dollar. If you think this is just another ordinary quarter that's been floating around for decades, think again. By the end of this video, you'll see why this seemingly simple coin could be the key to unlocking thousands of dollars in your collection. Let's start by setting the stage for the 1979 quarter. This was a time of significant change in the United States. The late 1970s were a period of economic turmoil, with inflation and high interest rates affecting the lives of many Americans. However, this year also marked a time when the U.S. Mint was churning out some of its most iconic coins, and the 1979 quarter was part of that effort. Struck in the traditional copper-nickel composition, this quarter has the familiar features that we've seen on U.S. coins for years. On the front, we have George Washington, immortalized in his classic portrait designed by John Flanagan. This depiction of Washington has graced the quarter since 1932, making it one of the most enduring images in American numismatic history. On the reverse side, we have the eagle, a symbol of freedom and strength, soaring high above the nation's currency and reflecting the pride that Americans have in their heritage. At first glance, the 1979 quarter seems like just another coin circulating during the late 20th century. But like many coins from this era, there's more to it than meets the eye. For most people, a 1979 quarter isn't particularly special, but for seasoned collectors, this coin holds great potential, especially when it comes to certain rare variants and unique features that can significantly increase its value. One of the most sought-after versions of the 1979 quarter is the double die variety. This error occurs when a coin is struck twice with a slightly misaligned die, causing the design to appear doubled or blurred. For collectors, this type of error can make a coin much more valuable, and the 1979 quarter is no exception. A double die variety from this year is rare, but when found, it can attract serious attention and fetch a premium price. Another variant that has intrigued collectors is the 1979 D quarter, which was minted in Denver. While most of these coins were struck without incident, there are some that feature slight errors or imperfections, such as misprints, uneven strikes, or off-center designs. These imperfections, though subtle, make certain 1979 D quarters especially desirable. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for these rarities, as even small imperfections can make a big difference in a coin's value. The condition of the coin is also a major factor in determining its value. A quarter that has been kept in excellent condition, free from wear and scratches, will always be worth more than one that has been heavily circulated. A 1979 quarter in uncirculated condition is much rarer than one that's seen years of use, and that rarity increases its appeal to collectors. But here's the most exciting part: what makes the 1979 quarter truly remarkable is that it has the potential to be worth more than just a few dollars, far more. So, if you've been holding on to a 1979 quarter, or if you've come across one in your coin searches, you might want to take a second look. A 1979 quarter in excellent condition, especially one that features a rare minting error or unique characteristics, can fetch a jaw-dropping price at auctions or from private buyers. And now, here's the big reveal: a 1979 United States quarter dollar, particularly one that is in mint condition or has a rare error, could be worth an astounding $52,000. Yes, you heard that right, $52,000 for just one quarter. That's the kind of value a rare, error-filled 1979 quarter can command in the right market. Now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if your 1979 quarter is worth such a large sum? The first thing to do is examine it closely. Look for signs of wear and tear, and pay attention to the details of the design. If you notice anything that seems unusual, like a doubled die or an off-center strike, you could be looking at a valuable coin. Of course, the best way to confirm its value is to have it professionally graded by a numismatic expert who can assess its condition and rarity. The world of rare coins is full of hidden treasures, and the 1979 quarter is a perfect example of how something as simple as a coin can hold incredible value. Whether it's a minting error, an unusual variant, or just a well-preserved example, this quarter has the potential to make you a fortune. So, next time you're going through your change jar or hunting for coins at a local shop, keep an eye out for those 1979 quarters. With a bit of luck and a keen eye, you could be holding onto a piece of American history that's worth far more than its face value. Top 3, we're going to explore a coin that's as iconic as it is valuable, the 1776 to 1976 United States quarter dollar. This coin was issued to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the United States, marking 2 centuries of independence and growth. While it may seem like just another commemorative piece, you might be surprised to learn that this quarter could be worth much more than its face value. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this particular quarter is not only a symbol of American history but also a hidden treasure that could make you thousands of dollars richer. Let's start with the history behind the 1776 to 1976 quarter. In 1975, the United States decided to celebrate its bicentennial, the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. As part of the celebration, the U.S. Mint struck a series of commemorative coins, including the 1776 to 1976 quarter. This quarter was issued to honor the historic milestone and featured a unique design to reflect this special occasion. On the obverse side of the coin, we have a familiar image, the profile of George Washington. This design, created by John Flanagan, had been the face of the U.S. quarter since 1932. But what makes this quarter different from others is the reverse design. The reverse features a bold, new depiction of the American Revolution's most important symbols, the Liberty Bell and the 13 stars, which represent the original 13 colonies. The bell is a symbol of liberty and freedom, and it's fitting that it would be featured on the coin commemorating 2 centuries of independence. The 1776 to 1976 quarter was produced in large numbers, with millions of these coins entering circulation in the years following its release. However, just because a coin was mass-produced doesn't mean it's not valuable. In fact, this quarter has become a favorite among collectors, and over the years, certain versions of it have been found to be worth much more than the standard value. So, what makes a 1776 to 1976 quarter so valuable? Well, it all comes down to a few key factors: rarity, condition, and errors. While most of these quarters are not particularly rare in terms of production, some specific versions of the coin are highly sought after due to their unique features. First, let's talk about the bicentennial era coins. Like many coins that are struck in large quantities, there were some mistakes made during the minting process. Some 1776 to 1976 quarters were struck with errors, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or uneven metal distribution. These coins, although few in number, are highly prized by collectors. A coin that shows any sort of minting error is considered more valuable than a standard coin, especially when it comes to commemorative pieces like this one. Another factor that can influence the value of the 1776 to 1976 quarter is its mint mark. Some of these quarters were minted in different locations, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and the mint mark can significantly affect the value of the coin. While most of the bicentennial quarters were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, the proof coins minted in San Francisco are much rarer. Proof coins are specially struck coins that are meant for collectors, and they have a higher level of detail and a shiny, mirror-like finish. These proof coins are highly sought after, and finding one of these in good condition can make a huge difference in the value. Now, let's talk about the condition of the coin. As with all collectibles, the better the condition, the higher the value. Coins that have been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition are worth far more than those that have been heavily worn. If a 1776 to 1976 quarter has been stored carefully and hasn't seen much use, it could be worth significantly more than one that's been in daily circulation. So, if you have any 1776 to 1976 quarters lying around, take a closer look to see if they show signs of being in excellent condition. You might be surprised by what you find, but here's where things get really exciting. The true value of a 1776 to 1976 quarter can skyrocket depending on how rare and well-preserved it is. While most of these coins are still worth just a few dollars, there are some rare variants that can be worth far more. In fact, if you've got a rare, uncirculated 1776 to 1976 quarter, it could be worth a staggering $52,000. Yes, you heard that right, $52,000 for a single quarter. It's incredible to think that such a small piece of history could carry such a high price tag, but that's the magic of rare coins. So, how can you tell if your 1776 to 1976 quarter is worth such a large sum? The best way to start is by carefully inspecting it. Look for any signs of minting errors, such as a doubled die or any misaligned strikes. If you think you found one of these rare errors, the next step is to have the coin professionally graded. A professional grading service can assess the condition of your coin and determine its rarity, which can give you a much clearer idea of its true value. The 1776 to 1976 quarter is a great example of how something as simple as a coin can hold tremendous value. Whether it's due to a minting error, its exceptional condition, or its rarity, this coin has become one of the most sought-after pieces of American currency. If you've got one of these quarters in your collection or in your pocket change, now might be the perfect time to take a closer look. It could be the key to unlocking a hidden treasure. Top 4. In this video, we're going to explore one of the most interesting and potentially valuable coins in U.S. history, the 1970 United States quarter dollar. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a quarter, what's so special about that? Well, this coin has a secret that could make it worth much more than you might expect. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll see why the 1970 quarter is so much more than just pocket change. The 1970 quarter, just like every other quarter, features the iconic portrait of George Washington on the front, designed by John Flanagan. It's a design that has become synonymous with U.S. currency since 1932. But while the face of Washington has remained the same for decades, there's something about the 1970 quarter that sets it apart from the rest. If you know where to look and understand the key factors that contribute to its value, you could have a coin in your possession that's worth far more than its face value. To truly understand why the 1970 quarter can be so valuable, we need to look at its history and what was going on during the year it was minted. The 1970s were a time of significant change in the United States. The country was dealing with the fallout from the Vietnam War, inflation was rising, and the economic landscape was shifting. However, this was also a time of coin production innovation, and the U.S. Mint was producing millions of coins to keep up with the demand. While most of the 1970 quarters circulated as regular currency, a small number of them were produced in ways that make them incredibly rare and valuable today. One of the first things to note about the 1970 quarter is that most of them were minted with the standard design. However, what makes some of these coins stand out is the mint mark. The 1970 quarter was produced in multiple U.S. mint facilities, including the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. While the Philadelphia Mint produced the majority of the coins, certain mint marks can make a big difference in the coin's value. If you come across a 1970 quarter with a mint mark from Denver or San Francisco, that might immediately grab the attention of a collector, but what really makes the 1970 quarter truly special are the proof coins that were minted at the San Francisco Mint. Proof coins are special versions of coins that are struck with extra care and attention to detail, often for collectors. These coins are struck multiple times with specially polished dies to ensure the highest quality, resulting in a mirror-like finish that is simply stunning. Proof coins are always rarer than standard circulation coins, and if you have a 1970 quarter in proof condition, it could be worth a lot more than you think. However, it's not just the mint mark or proof coins that make the 1970 quarter potentially valuable. The real treasure lies in the error coins. Over the years, a small number of 1970 quarters have been found with minting errors that make them incredibly rare. These errors can include things like double strikes, where the coin has been stamped twice, causing part of the design to be duplicated, off-center strikes, where the design isn't aligned correctly, or die cracks, where a crack in the die used to strike the coin causes an irregularity in the design. These types of errors are highly sought after by collectors, and finding a 1970 quarter with one of these mistakes could make you the proud owner of a very valuable piece of numismatic history. Another key factor that impacts the value of a 1970 quarter is its condition. Just like with any collectible item, the better the condition, the higher the value. A quarter that has been heavily circulated over the years and shows signs of wear and tear is worth less than one that has been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition. If you find a 1970 quarter that still has a sharp, detailed design and no noticeable scratches, it could be worth a lot more than you realize. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for: what could a 1970 quarter actually be worth? You may be thinking, it's just a quarter, after all, but certain examples of this coin are known to fetch a jaw-dropping amount. If you happen to find a rare, error-filled, or proof 1970 quarter in excellent condition, it could be worth as much as $58,000. Yes, you heard that right, $58,000 for a single quarter. While most 1970 quarters are worth just a few dollars, a truly rare one could be worth a small fortune. So how do you know if your 1970 quarter could be worth this kind of money? The first step is to take a good look at it. Check for any minting errors, such as double dies or off-center strikes, and make sure to examine the condition of the coin. If it's in excellent shape, it's definitely worth having it graded by a professional. Grading services will evaluate the coin's condition and rarity, which can help determine its true market value. In the world of coin collecting, finding a rare and valuable coin like the 1970 quarter can be a life-changing event. With a little knowledge, some careful inspection, and perhaps a bit of luck, you could be holding on to a piece of history that's worth far more than you ever imagined. Whether you're an experienced collector or just starting out, always remember that the value of a coin goes far beyond its face value. Coins like the 1970 quarter prove that hidden treasures can be found in the most unlikely places. Top 5, and last coin, video will be a treat for you. We're going to talk about a coin that may look like just another quarter on the surface, but it has some surprising potential to be worth a lot of money. I'm talking about the 1980 United States quarter dollar. While this coin may seem like a regular part of US currency, if you know what to look for, it could actually be a valuable find. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll see just how a 1980 quarter could be worth thousands of dollars. Let's begin with some background. The 1980 quarter was minted at a time when the United States was in the midst of an economic transition. The country was dealing with the effects of the late 1970s inflation, and the economy was facing some tough challenges. While the government was working to stabilize things, the U.S. Mint continued to produce coins at full capacity to keep up with demand. That means that, just like every year, millions of quarters were made in 1980. But not all of these quarters are created equal. Some of them are more valuable than others, and knowing why is key to understanding the true worth of this coin. Now, let's take a closer look at the design of the 1980 quarter. On the obverse side, you'll find the familiar profile of George Washington. This design, created by John Flanagan, has been the face of the U.S. quarter since 1932. It's an image that's instantly recognizable to anyone who's seen a U.S. coin. However, the reverse of the 1980 quarter still features the traditional design, showing an eagle with outstretched wings, standing on a branch, surrounded by the words, United States of America, and E pluribus unum. This design was the standard for quarters up until 1999 when the U.S. Mint began issuing the State Quarter series. So, in many ways, the 1980 quarter is a part of the classic quarter designs that collectors love. So, if the 1980 quarter is so common, why would it be worth so much? Well, there are a few key factors that can make a 1980 quarter stand out from the rest and turn it into a collector's item. First and foremost, it's all about condition. If you have a 1980 quarter that has been well preserved, free of scratches, dents, and wear, it could be worth much more than the standard value. Like any collectible, the better the condition, the higher the value. An uncirculated 1980 quarter, or one that has been carefully stored in a safe place over the years, is likely to be worth more than one that has been circulating in everyday transactions, but condition alone isn't always enough to make a 1980 quarter valuable. A rare minting error can dramatically increase a coin's worth. Like all coins, the 1980 quarter went through a minting process, and sometimes errors occur. Some of the most desirable errors that make the 1980 quarter special include double strikes, where the coin has been stamped twice, or off-center strikes, where the image on the coin isn't properly aligned. These errors are incredibly rare, but if you happen to find one, it could be worth a fortune. Collectors love error coins because they are one of a kind, making them highly desirable to those looking to add unique pieces to their collections. Another important factor in determining the value of your 1980 quarter is its mint mark. In 1980, the U.S. Mint struck coins at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. If your 1980 quarter has a mint mark from the Denver or San Francisco Mint, it might be worth more than one from Philadelphia, especially if it's a proof coin. Proof coins are specially struck for collectors and have a higher level of detail than regular circulation coins. These coins are usually made with polished dies, which gives them a shiny, mirror-like finish. Proof coins from the 1980s are in much lower circulation, so finding one is a real prize for collectors. Now, I'm sure you're eager to know just how much a 1980 quarter could actually be worth. While the majority of these quarters are still worth their face value of 25 cents, there are certain rare versions of the coin that can fetch a lot more. If you happen to find a well-preserved, uncirculated 1980 quarter, or even better, a minted error coin, you could be looking at a prize worth a lot of money. In fact, some of these rare 1980 quarters have been known to sell for as much as $47,000. That's right, $47,000 for a single quarter. Now, that doesn't mean every 1980 quarter you find is going to be worth that much. But the possibility is there, and if you happen to find one of these rare, high-quality specimens, you could be in for a big payoff. The key is to carefully inspect the coin for signs of minting errors, check its condition, and make sure to have it professionally graded if you think it's something special. If you happen to have a 1980 quarter that's in excellent condition or has some sort of minting error, it could be worth much more than just a pocket change. And remember, coin collecting isn't just about the money, it's about preserving a piece of history and connecting with the past in a way that's truly unique. The 1980 quarter is a reminder of a time when the U.S. economy was shifting and when the coinage we hold in our hands today tells the story of our country's journey. If you enjoyed learning about the 1980 quarter and want to dive deeper into the world of rare and valuable coins, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you never miss out on future discoveries. You never know what treasures might be hiding in your collection, or in your spare change. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting.